Okay, I'm going to try to get Planned Parenthood defunded. Is that a threat?
That's a threat.
Okay. And I'm going to, thank you.
Do you remember testifying before the selected investigative panel and saying that you've had a patient deliver in the operating room a non-viable fetus?
I don't recall.
Is that true that you've had a patient deliver in the operating room a non-viable fetus?
I'm sure I have.
What do you mean by a non-viable fetus?
A fetus that's not capable of survival.
And how do you define that?
I don't define that. Viability is, well, I do define that sometimes.
Okay, so
there's many criteria you can use to determine viability.
And what are those criteria?
Depends on where you work.
Okay, where you work. What are those criteria where you work?
Viability is determined on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, and what are the criteria you use to evaluate viability?
You can use different things: estimated fetal weight, gestational age, the health of the fetus, the availability of interventions.
And based on those criteria, you make the determination as to whether the fetus is viable or non-viable?
On a case-by-case basis, the physician determines if a fetus is viable, yes.
And these fetuses that are delivered that you believe are non-viable, have you ever noticed any indication of breathing?
Not that I can recall.
How about of any movement?
Not that I can recall.
How about of a beating heart?
Not that I can recall.
Pulsation of the umbilical cord?
No, as I told you, I would palpate the cord to see if there were pulsations.